Kunja Bihari Jaya Raghava Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari 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 Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rajana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rajana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Yamuna Tira Vanam Chari Yamuna Tira Vanam Chari Yamuna Tira Vanam Chari Yamuna Tira Vanam Chari Jaya Raghava Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Raghava Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rajana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rajana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Raghava Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Raghava Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Radha Madhava Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Gaur Pimanande Jayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Satta Sri Simadhi Divine Grace Siraboy Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandiviti Founder Charya Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Samavata Bhakti Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Tiny Thai Gaura Pimanande All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and to Sakaya Tatsurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jita Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanditamscha Hai Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Vipa Sindhubhya Evacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam namaskritya
Narayan namaskritya
Dharam chaiva narottamam
Namam chaiva nalotamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayasha badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya
Bhagavati Utamashloke
Bhakti Pavariti Nasuke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Pavariti Naistaki.
By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, all that is troublesome within the heart that becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Idam Bhagavatam
Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreya Sayalokasya Dhanyam Swasyayanam Mahat. The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God as Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda
Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Om Sarabhyay Namaha Om Sarabhyay Namaha
Om Sarabhyay Namaha
Om Sarabhyay Namaha
Om Sarabhyay Namaha
Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatharanam Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatharanam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome everyone to our morning Srimad
早晨，
Bhagavatam.
歡迎咁多位嚟出席嘅講課。
And this morning we have something of a combination of Bhagavatam reading and the beginning of a seminar.
咁我哋今日嘅早課嚟講嘅，即係個混合喺度啦，會講部分係包金亞塔，你跟住配合我呢、個今日嗰、個研討會關於 Vrindavan village 嘅。
Originally, seminar was only scheduled for this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon.
咁原本係俾我嗰個時間表嚟講，就係今日嘅晏晝同埋聽日晏晝會講呢個講課。
Things in the material world are in constant flux. changing.
咁但係物質世界大家都會知道啦，好多嘢時時都會不斷咁改變嘅。
So, because this subject matter I consider as extremely important,
但係對我嚟講咧，覺得呢個題目嚟講咧係比較係極為之係重要。
I thought I should not devoid our devotees in Hong Kong from getting the full benefit of the seminar.
咁我唔想咧係令到香港嘅奉獻者嚟講咧係食唔到啲咁甜美嘅果實喺度嘅。
I will summarize this first seminar later this afternoon when I begin the second seminar.
咁喺今日嘅我會開始會做一個摘要喺度啦，講今日晏晝呢個研討會嚟講呢個題目咧，我會先做一個摘要喺度。
And both this morning, tomorrow, and also on Sunday, we will read also a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam.
喺今日嚟講咧，或者同埋聽日朝頭早咧，我哋會係講聖經話談嘅一啲詩節。
It just so happens that yesterday we read text number 4 from the first canto, chapter 14, entitled The Disappearance of Lord Krishna.
咁我哋琴日咧就講咗係第一篇第14章第4個詩節啦。咁個章嘅題目嚟講就係主 Krishna 嘅隱跡。
Yes. Fortunately, the next 3 verses are short, very short.
咁跟住嚟嗰幾個詩節嚟講係比較短。
Which will allow for introducing the seminars. Yeah.
咁可以我哋係講呢個詩節，跟住再係有少少介紹今日嘅研討會啦。
So we're reading text number 5. This is in the beginning of this lila of Yudhishthira Maharaj sending Arjuna to Dwarka.
咁呢度咧，我哋會係講到一個司要時光啦，講到係要說詞話嚟講，佢係派遣呢個阿 Arjuna 就去 Dwarka 嗰度。
And Arjuna is very late in returning. After 7 months, there's still no news, and Yudhishthira Maharaj is becoming anxious.
咁過咗幾個月嚟講咧，阿 Arjuna 都仲未翻到嚟，咁有啲時貓住咧就感覺到嚟講係有啲擔心喺度，有焦慮。
Something is not right.
佢覺得有啲嘢係唔妥。
So text number 5.
第5詩節。
Nimitani
Nitimarani
Atyaristani
Atyaristani
Kali Tu Anugate Nrinam Lobhaddi Adharma Prakritim Trisvavachanujam Nripaha Nimitanyatyaristani Kale Tvanugate Nrinam Lobha Jadharma Prakritim Drisvavachanujam Nripaha Nimitanyatyaristani Kale Tvanugate Nrinam Lobha Jadharma Prakritim Dristvavachanujam Nripaha Nimitanyatyaristani Kale Tvanugate Nrinam Lobha Jadharma Prakritim Dristvavachanujam Nripaha. Immediately we will go to the word for word.
我哋跟住係一個字一個字讀咯。
Nimittani causes
原因
Ati
very
serious
非常嚴重的
Aristani bad omens
不祥的徵兆
Kali
嗰啲
in course of time
隨着時間的流逝
2
but 但是
Anugate, passing away.
發生
Nrinam,
連冧
of humanity at large.
全體人類的
Lobha adi,
諸
such as greed.
如貪婪、
Adharma,
貪、
irreligious.
反宗教、
Prakritim,
Prakritim,
habits.
習慣、
Drishtva,
非法
having observed.
觀察到了，
Uvacha,
或者
said.
説
Anujam,
喺度用
younger brother.
弟弟
Nripa,
呢個
the king.
國王。
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
In course of time, it came to pass that the people in general became accustomed to greed, anger, pride, etc.
隨着時間嘅流逝，人們變得習慣了貪婪、憤怒和驕傲能。
Maharaj Yudhishthira, observing all these omens, spoke to his younger brother.
猶大斯利達王看到了所有這些不吉祥嘅預兆，於是對他的弟弟説話。
Purport.
要節
Such a pious king as Maharaj Yudhishthira at once became perturbed when there were such inhuman symptoms as greed, anger, irreligiosity, and hypocrisy rampant in society.
當社會中貪婪、憤怒、非宗教和虛偽等非人類所該展現嘅現象滋生時，像猶大利斯的王這樣虔誠嘅君王，就會立刻變得心情不安。
It appears from this statement that all these symptoms of degraded society were unknown to the people of the time, and it was astonishing for them to have experienced them with the advent of the Kali Yuga or the age of quarrel.
這詩節的說明顯示，當時嘅人們對墮落社會嘅所有這些徵象極為陌生。隨着紛爭嘅年代、卡利年代的到來而出現嘅這些現象，使他們震驚。
Yes. So as we can see in the very text itself, the word adharma, amongst other words, are to be found.
咁我哋喺呢個詩節嗰度咧，可以揾到一啲嘢，好似譬如一個字嘅 adharma 喺度，同埋其他啲嘅字咧。
And the subject matter largely actually of this seminar entitled Make Vrindavan Villages has to do with proper understanding of dharma.
咁喺呢個詩節嚟講，同配合我哋講呢個題目嚟講，呢個先係呢個研討會嘅題目嚟講咧，就係講到係我哋要正確咁樣係了解呢個dharma係職責啊，呢個人類嘅職責係乜嘢？
We know from Bhagavad Gita how the Lord descends in the material world to, first to actually give association, paritranaya sadhunam, the sadhus, vinashaya chaduskritam, to annihilate, and then dharma samstapanarthaya, to re-establish dharma.
咁喺博家梵歌嘅詩節，我哋講到 Krishna 嘅降臨嚟講，首先嚟講會係保護佢嘅奉獻者啦，飄滅嘅惡道。咁跟住再嚟講就係重建呢個宗教嘅原則。
So
殺死我冇啊
little help from our friends, yes. So, so the principle of dharma, or the subject matter of dharma, is of extreme importance for all of us.
對我哋嚟講，所有啲宗教嘅職務嚟講咧，十分之重要。
As a matter of fact, one of our foremost acharyas, Narada Muni, who is one of the 12 Mahajans, explains that those who are actually devotees should daily meditate upon the principles of Dharma.
咁那等摩尼嚟講，我哋先前嘅一個以身作則嘅導師啦。咁佢12位成員之中嘅重要人物喺度。佢講我哋每日嚟講咧，要係冥想住我哋要做一啲咁嘅職責。
Yes, that is nicely stated in the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam, chapter 11.
咁喺聖經《博雅堂》第7篇第11章嚟講，有咁樣講。
Actually, chapter 11 and continuing up until 15 means the last 5 chapters of the 7th canto are especially focused on the subject matter of Varnashrama Dharma.
咁喺第11章至第15章嚟講咧，呢5章你特別嚟講係集中係聚焦啊，喺呢個係Varnashrama 4社會社會同埋4社會靈性進階喺度。
And as hopefully we will demonstrate as clearly as possible how Varnashrama Dharma is an integral part of what we call Sanatana Dharma.
咁我哋希望做一個展示嚟講咧，係話俾人知嚟講，呢個宗教職務嚟講，亦都係叫稱為呢個永恆嘅宗教職務 Sanatana Dharma。
As you can see on this first slide at the bottom in yellow, Srila Prabhupada referred to this aspect of his mission as being 50% of his yet unfulfilled mission.
咁就好似個幻燈片嗰度，我睇到最撚嗰句咧，我用係標示咗出嚟講。正如聖爸爸提到嚟講咧，有一半啊，佢嗰個仲未完成嘅任務嚟嘅係。
And the subject matter is actually divided into 5 sections that I'll bring up right away. This is, before doing that, this is a picture probably of a painting from the kingdom of Cambodia.
咁我哋喺譬如呢個分係5個部分喺度咧，咁呢個喺個油畫喺度啦，係喺柬埔寨嗰度嘅呢幅油畫係畫講邊嘅嘢。
There is that expression that a picture is worth 1,000 words.
咁你可以從你講啦，佢就用好多嘅語言啊嘅嘢嚟描述。
Make Vrindavan villages, this obviously is a picture of the village in Cambodia, but villages are villages where we can see the basic activities.
咁我睇到嚟講咧，鄉村就鄉村喺度啦。咁你喺度就好似我哋講到係 Vrindavan 嚟講，亦都係一啲人嘅活動啊，啲人嘅展示嚟講嘅生活係點樣喺度。
In one of many statements made by Srila Prabhupada, one of them is as follows. One of the purposes of the Krishna consciousness movement is to bring a complete overhaul in society.
咁聖爸爸其中一個論述，好多個論述嚟講，其中一點嚟講就係話，我要去帶嚟俾呢個社會，呢個整個社會嘅嘢。
And to revert, to come back to the system of Varna and Ashrama as established by the Lord.
咁我哋重新去帶領人哋嚟講啦，重建翻呢個4社會職責同4社會靈性進階喺度。
We have a number of such communities in the making in different countries. These are some of them.
咁我哋喺唔同嘅一個國家嚟講，都會係實踐呢個咁嘅項目喺度啦。咁呢係其中嘅一啲嘅國家呢啲地方嘅項目。
And now we will look at the 5 areas which make up the 5 seminars, beginning with today's seminar entitled, we're looking at a deep understanding of Varnashrama in light of Srila Prabhupada's teachings.
咁我哋會分成5個部分嚟講，第一個嚟講就一個提到嚟講呢個深入嘅一個理解喺度呢個呢個4社會職責同4社會靈性進階嚟講，喺泡泡嘅教入邊點樣睇
And this afternoon's seminar will be a follow-up to that. It will deal with the subject matter of cow protection and devotee care as the foundation of a healthy Vaishnava society.
咁喺今日嘅晏晝嚟講，我繼續係討論到嚟講，譬如講保護母后啦，奉獻者之間嘅關心喺度咧，呢個就係一個健康嘅愛撒社會一個基礎。
Our third seminar will be tomorrow morning, dealing with Srila Prabhupada's prophetic vision of the collapse of modern civilization.
咁第3點嚟講咧，就我聽日早上會講到聖泡泡嘅預言嘅一個視域啊，講到呢個現今嘅一個文明嚟講嘅點樣係毀壞嘅。
based largely, as we can clearly understand, on not following basic principles of dharma.
咁我哋喺度嚟講，其實最基本我哋歸納到嚟講，就係啲人嚟講係唔跟隨呢個係職責啊，呢個宗教嘅職務嚟講而發生。
And then tomorrow afternoon will be the fourth seminar entitled Creating an Alternative Civilization, which is meant to be Iskcon's mission for the next 50 years.
咁聽晏晝嚟講，我哋要提到呢個另外一個題目嚟講，就係話創造一個另類嘅文化咧，就係 Iskcon 嗰個任務啊，喺將來嚟緊呢個50年我哋要做嘅嘢。
And the fifth and last seminar will be Sunday morning, which will be entitled Practical Steps for Every Devotee.
而係第5點嚟講咧，就係喺星期日朝頭早我會講到咧，就係每一位奉獻者嚟講，可以實際做嘅一個步驟係點樣做。
We won't leave everyone hanging without solution.
我哋係唔想嚟講啲人嚟講，就喺度嚟講係知道而係冇一個解決個方案喺度。
As we were mentioning yesterday, actually, in our Vedic culture, in the Vedic texts, scriptures, we have both spiritual as well as material solutions to the problems of life.
咁就好似我琴日提過喺度啦，我呢個偉大文化、偉大嘅經典入邊嚟講咧，佢會提出嚟講唔單止係物質或者靈性方面嚟講個問題咧，亦講呢個方案喺度點樣解決。
So understanding Varnashrama is our part of our presentation, which needs to be looked at in 3 areas.
咁我哋可以從3方面嘅嚟講去睇呢件事喺度。
Number 1, what is Daiva Varnashrama and how it differs from material or mundane or sometimes referred to as Asuric Varnashrama?
咁我哋講嚟講，譬如一個咩叫做係天職一個人類個原本一個天職一個4社會階層4成聖進階啦，然後跟住點同呢個物質啊，或者我哋叫做係惡魔性嘅一個4社會聖靈進階喺度嘅。
And secondly, why did Srila Prabhupada emphasize the urgent need to establish Daiva Varnashrama within Iskcon?
咁點解聖帕帕嚟講個強調嚟講嘅急切啊、迫切嚟講需要建立呢個係原本呢個天性嘅一個4社會階層4靈聖進階嘅職責喺 Iskcon 入邊嗰度。
And number 3, we will look at some quotes and letters where Srila Prabhupada clearly outlines this mission.
咁喺第3點，我哋講到帕帕同帕帕嘅信件啦，或者嘅所講嘅説話中嚟講，點係清楚係畫出我哋勾畫出我哋呢個任務係要點做。
Yes. So what is Daiva Varnashrama Dharma? Daiva Varnashrama Dharma is the original and perfect Vedic social order or system, Vedic sociology, created by Lord Krishna himself.
咁咩嘢叫做喺呢個天職嘅一個4社會階層嘅4靈聖進階喺度咧？咁嘅解釋嚟講就係最原本最完美呢個偉大嘅社會階層嚟嘅。咁啊偉大呢個社會學啦，咁係由聖主 Krishna 而係創造出嚟嘅。
And the special feature of Daiva Varnashrama Dharma is that it is focused or centered on pure devotional service, attaining pure devotional service.
而佢最促相信嚟講咧，係最主要嚟講係點樣係集中係達到呢個純粹嘅奉獻服務。
Yes. Daiva means what is divine. That means activities performed for the pleasure and satisfaction of the Supreme Lord Krishna.
Daiva 嘅意思嚟講就係超凡，就係天職。呢啲活動嚟講，做呢啲活動嚟講，我哋即係取悅啦，同埋滿足聖主至尊主Krishna。
Varnashrama refers to the 4 social and spiritual divisions. That means Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudra, and then Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas.
4社會階層4靈進階咧，就只係4個社會階層同埋靈性嘅分野喺度。咁有婆羅門啦、剎帝利啦、歪舍同埋呢個殊陀羅。咁跟住靈性階層嚟講就係精手生啦、居士啦、行腳僧同埋托缽僧。
And of course, the word dharma. Dharma refers to our original nature, quality, and duty on both the material and spiritual platform.
咁貪或者職責意思係原本主我哋原本嘅本性喺度啦，或者個品質喺度。咁你喺呢個物質世界或者喺靈性層面呢個職責嘅責任係乜嘢？
And I should underline how Srila Prabhupada was that personality who from India, representing India, therefore we refer to him as the spiritual ambassador of India.
咁先波波嚟講係將呢方面呢個印度呢方面嘅知識咧係帶出去嚟講咧，咁我哋稱呼波波嚟講呢個靈性一個大使。
To give us, especially those from the Western world, such a clear understanding of these two levels of dharma.
特別係俾我哋西方社會人嚟講咧，好清楚咁明白到呢兩種唔同嘅一個貪婪嘅職責係點樣。
In general society today, of course, the very word dharma is unknown to most people.
咁喺現今社會一般人嚟講咧，或者對貪婪職責嚟講咧，好多人都係唔認識或者唔清楚係乜嘢。
People know something about religion, but actually dharma is very different from religion.
咁有啲人或者係認識到咩叫宗教喺度啦，但係對呢個職責宗教嘅職責嚟講咧，有啲人嚟講或者係唔係咁清楚。
As we will see, as the presentation is introduced here.
咁好似我哋呢度跟住落嚟講呢個呈現俾大家知道嚟講，你會了解係多啲，都會討論到。
In Daiva Varnashrama, as opposed to ordinary Varnashrama, social positions are determined by guna, qualities, and karma, activities, and not by birth.
咁我哋講到呢個天性嘅一個四社會階性順階嚟講，就係話呢個社會嗰個地位嘅位置嚟講咧，係決定喺我哋嗰個品質嘅觀啊，同埋呢個我哋嘅所做嘅活動嗰度，唔係由出生而決定嘅。
Yes, although we could say or should add that when the system is in place, birth is also an important aspect.
咁當然我哋呢個制度、呢個社會、呢個呢個制度設立咗出嚟講咧，咁我哋講話出生嚟講亦都可以係提及到係重要嘅。
But even in the best of scenarios, birth is not the sole and only qualifying feature to establish or determine the varna of an individual.
咁但係我哋再用一個廣闊眼光嚟睇講呢個出生嚟講咧，唔係就話決定咗一個人嚟講，佢跟住落嚟講嗰個品質或者嘅活動係點樣嗰度。
Yes. In Daiva Varnashrama, all occupations are organized so that everyone can chant Hare Krishna and serve the Lord according to their nature.
咁呢個咁個安排嚟講咧，或者所謂嘅從事啲職務嘅人嚟講咧，每個人都可以係唱唱 Hare Krishna， 同埋跟住佢自己嘅本性嚟講係服務主嘅。
Yes. And in Daiva Varnashrama, Daiva Varnashrama actually prepares the conditioned souls who generally cannot immediately act on the pure Vaishnava platform to gradually rise to pure devotional service.
咁呢個制度嚟講咧，係準備一個受條件限制靈魂喺度啦。即使佢唔可以係立即嚟講，喺一個純粹愛是那嘅層次嗰度嚟講做服務喺度，但係亦都幫佢漸漸咁樣可以係逐步係提升上去到個純粹嘅奉獻服務。
In one of his many books, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, this is in the Sajjana Toshani, he writes the following.
咁不點你特估嚟講，好一個作品之中嚟講咧，就中喺佢作品嚟佢係咁樣係講到
，that Varnashrama is the system for the Vaishnavas in their conditioned state.
咁呢個四社會階性轉班嚟講咧，係俾一個我實當佢仲係處於一個受條件限制嘅狀況底下係跟隨。
Pure devotees are above Varnashrama.
因為純粹嘅奉獻者嚟講咧，佢嘅層次已經係超越咗呢個四社會階層同四靈信進階。
But even pure devotees, like our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, also highly respect and endeavor to introduce that system.
咁即使我哋個創辦導師聖泡泡嚟講咧，佢都係尊崇呢個係呢個制度喺度啦。 咁係介紹俾我哋喺度跟隨。
Yes. There are 5 key references of Srila Prabhupada on the subject matter of Daiva Varnashrama, and below are clear authoritative references directly from Srila Prabhupada found in various sources.
咁呢個主要嘅參考嚟講，聖巴巴係提到呢個係天職方面嘅一個四社會聖靈進階喺度嘅，咁好清楚喺度啦。下邊嚟講個權威嘅一個參考嚟，佢直接由聖巴巴嗰度係揾得到喺度。以下啲就係啲嘅來源喺度啦。
Purpose of Daiva Varnashrama. This is from the Science of Self-Realization. Before coming to the standard of Varnashrama Dharma, there is no question of human civilization. Therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement is trying to establish this right system of human civilization, which is known as Krishna consciousness or Daiva Varnashrama, divine culture.
咁呢個超凡嘅四社會靈性最佳嚟講嘅目的係咩喺度咧？咁就係當我哋仲未去到呢個當一個人類社會嚟講，仲未去到呢個 Varnashrama 呢個社會聖靈最佳嘅準則嚟講咧，唔可以稱為上一個叫人類嘅社會喺度。所以 Krishna 之國運動嚟講，就係嘗試嚟講係建立一個正確嘅人類文化一個制度喺度。呢個我哋就係稱之為叫 Krishna 之國，或者呢個超凡嘅四社會聖最佳超凡嘅文化。
Yeah, very interesting to see how Srila Prabhupada practically equates, isn't it, Krishna consciousness to Daiva Varnashrama.
咁我睇到 Prabhupada 嚟講，差唔多係講到呢個呢個天職呢個Varnashrama Dharma 嚟講係點樣係同一樣嘢。
And in some places, as he does here, he also equates the very word Varnashrama to divine culture.
咁喺有啲地方或者呢度嚟講，第二度嚟講，差唔多去將佢係畫同講到係呢方面嘅兩方面嘢嚟講就係一樣喺度。
And the second point we mentioned a little earlier, not by birth but by qualification. In Daiva Varnashrama, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 5.1.24 purport. In Daiva Varnashrama, there cannot be acknowledgement of social status according to birthright, because in Bhagavad Gita it is said that the determining considerations are guna and karma.
第二點嚟講咧，就係講到話唔係由出生咧，而係一個人嗰個資格開始。咁呢個來源咧，聖典博伽亞談第5篇第1章第14詩節入邊嘅要旨喺度。咁呢個超凡嘅一個四社會聖靈最佳制度嚟講咧，唔係話呢個社會制度嚟講係跟隨一個出生而係決定喺度。因為喺博伽梵歌嚟講已經咁樣講到喺度，係點樣決定咧？就係一個人一個品性同埋一個活動觀咧係 karma 而係決定嘅。
A third consideration, a mission of the Krishna consciousness movement. It is an integral part of our movement. And this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 7:14-30 or 10 rather in purport. One of the objectives of the Krishna consciousness movement is to establish this Daiva Varnashrama, but not to encourage so-called Varnashrama without scientifically organized endeavor.
咁呢個係其中一個使命咧，就係 Krishna 之嘅運動一個使命喺度，亦都係我呢個主要嘅目標喺度。咁呢個來源咧就係聖典博伽亞談第7篇14章第10個詩節嘅要旨入提到。咁Krishna 之嘅運動嚟講，其中一個目標嚟講就係建立呢個係超凡嘅一個制度喺度，唔係話鼓勵啲人嚟講去跟隨呢啲所謂嘅呢個嘅制度嚟度，但係要係好科學化咁樣係盡力咁就係組織呢啲咁嘅超凡嘅為制度嘅。
Which means that actually it is only this Daiva Varnashrama that will help us counteract everything that is of a dharmic nature.
咁就係講到就係呢個超凡嘅一個四社會聖正家制度嚟講，幫助我點樣對抗呢啲係反宗教或者係反宗教嘅一個情況。
Ordinary Varnashrama, devoid of Bhakti, devoid of Krishna, will allow dharmic activities to prevail. 咁
因為一般嗰啲Varnashrama啲嘅社會聖正教嚟講，佢哋係冇 入邊就提及到奉愛啦，亦都有咪講到係 Krishna 喺度，所以呢啲咁嘅嘢嚟講就好容易會係俾呢啲反宗教嗰啲嘅嘢嚟會係滲透落去喺度。
And fourth, it is necessary for peace and prosperity. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 7:11, 18 to 20 purport. Although the Krishna conscious movement is a movement of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, it is trying to re-establish the divine Varnashrama institution. For without this division of society, there cannot be peace and prosperity anywhere.
咁呢個好重要啦，係點樣達到係平和同埋呢個繁盛嘅社會喺度。咁雖然 Krishna 呢個運動嚟講咧，即係為咗係想培養呢個婆羅門同埋呢個愛善喺度啊，但係嘗試嚟講係建立呢個超凡個社會個機構喺度，係一啲係冇呢個超凡呢個分野呢咁嘅社會嚟講咧，佢哋係冇唔能夠係能夠達到平和同埋係繁盛嘅任何地方都唔可以喺度嘅。
Yes, I mean these are direct quotes from Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavatam.
呢個係從泡泡個博根亞壇嗰度係引用出嚟嘅。
And 5, Varnashrama supports Bhakti, is not meant to replace it. From a lecture, Srimad Bhagavatam 1841. Actually, a Vaishnava is above this Varnashrama dharma, but we don't claim that we have become perfect Vaishnavas.
咁呢個四社呢善嘅制度嚟講咧，係支持係奉愛喺度嘅，而唔係話代替咗佢喺度。咁喺呢個聖典博根亞談第1篇第8章41個枝節入邊講課，喺 Power 講到嘅。咁事實上嚟講，呢個愛善亞嚟講係向呢個 Varnashrama 呢個四社善界之上嗰度。但係我哋唔會講嚟講，我哋係變咗成為一個完美嗰個奉獻一個愛善亞。
Now we go to the second part of 3, the urgent need. Why did Srila Prabhupada stress the urgent need for Varnashrama dharma in Iskcon?
咁第二部分嚟講到，我覺得係迫切需要喺度嘅。咁點解泡嚟咁嘅強調啊？咁喺呢個咁對呢個四社嗰啲善知界 Iskcon 嚟講係咁迫切嘅需要咧
？Srila Prabhupada did not present Varnashrama as optional or theoretical. He emphasized its urgency because without it, Iskcon could not sustainably expand Krishna consciousness to society at large, nor protect its own devotees in the long run.
喺聖泡嚟講到啦，如果我哋會係呈現呢個四社善知界嚟講。唔可以將你變成係一個可以選擇可以揀或者唔可以揀，又或者係淨係理論性唔可以散出嚟喺度。佢強調嚟講呢個迫切需要嚟講，因為冇咗佢嚟講咧 ，Iskcon 你唔可以維持咧，或者係擴展我哋 Krishna 之個運動喺呢個社會嗰度係咁擴展落去喺度，亦都唔能夠係保護我哋嘅奉獻者喺個長遠嗰條講嘅嚟講。
Yes, it means that actually Iskcon as a society, which is especially known or identified through our different temples, that is not the only place where Krishna consciousness is meant to be introduced.
咁嘅意思嚟講就係話，我哋奉獻者嚟講，唔單止話淨係建立我哋廟宇奉獻者喺廟宇嗰度，淨係喺廟宇入邊嗰度，而係嚟講亦都要將呢方面知識嚟點樣去擴展開。
Most people don't come to our temples. I mean, only a small percentage of people.
咁大家都睇到嚟講啦，即係好少部分嚟講都會係嚟我哋廟，好多人都係唔嚟我哋嘅廟宇嘅。
But this knowledge and this lifestyle is meant to be adopted or introduced or presented throughout the whole of society.
咁呢個知識嚟講咧，其實我哋呢個採納啦，或者係會教導喺度啦，係將佢推廣到或者呈現到整個社會嗰度。
Number 1, to make Krishna consciousness workable on a large scale. Srila Prabhupada repeatedly stated that not everyone can live as a full-time Brahmana or sannyasi, yet everyone must be given a place to serve Krishna. Varnashrama provides a systematic structure so people of different natures can advance spiritually while remaining socially and economically stable.
點樣可以係有效咁令到Krishna 之國嚟講嘅大規模咁樣嚟講係Krishna 之國大規模咁樣可以實施得到喺度。咁聖波巴嚟講咧，重複咁樣提到嚟講，唔係每一個嚟講都可以係成為一個全職嘅婆羅門或者個托缽僧喺度，但係每一個人嚟講仍然有一個機會喺度啦，俾佢可以係服務係 Krishna 喺度。而呢個制度嚟講，正好嚟講咧，係俾咗一個好系統性嘅一個架構喺度啊。每一個喺唔同嘅本性之下嚟講，都要靈修生活點樣係進步嘅，即使佢仍然喺處於佢自己個社會嘅地位喺度，或者經濟嘅穩定狀況之下。
I'm making our translator work quite hard this morning, but he seems to be doing a good job. Number two, because to become a Vaishnava is not so easy. Srila Prabhupada was very clear that premature claims of transcendence were causing devotees to fall down. Varnashrama acts as a protective framework, regulating life in the modes of nature until one is genuinely on the transcendental platform.
因為嚟講要成為一個外士那嚟講係唔容易嘅。咁聖波波嚟講好清楚咁講啦，係唔好未到成熟嘅階段嚟講而自稱嚟講已經係超脫咗或者一個超然嘅境界嚟講咧，好易令到個奉獻者會係跌翻落嚟低度喺度。所以呢個制度嚟講咧，係保護一個保護架構喺度啦，係規律我哋嘅生活喺度，處於喺某一個形態底下嚟講嘅生活喺度，直至因為真正嚟講去到一個超然嘅層次。
And three, because modern industrial society is materially and spiritually destructive. Srila Prabhupada saw urban, factory-based civilization as asuric and unsustainable.
咁因為現今嘅工業社會嚟講係物質嘅啦，同埋係破壞靈修嘅本性喺度嘅。如果聖波波嚟講睇到嚟講，呢個市區又好，或者工廠嚟講咧，現今嘅一個文化嚟講咧，全部係啲係惡魔般一啲嘢係唔能夠係維持落去喺度嘅。
Srila Prabhupada urgently wanted Iskcon to demonstrate the desired alternative, which is land-based, cow-protected, God-centered village life.
咁佢逼住到我上 Iskcon 嚟講咧，係展示或者係做一個示範喺度啦，係點樣一個好可以俾一個俾人一個選擇一個咁嘅生活喺度嘅基礎喺度，譬如係保護牛喺度啦，係將神放喺我哋個生活當中嘅中心點。
Without this example, without us, without Iskcon, without devotees as showing by example, preaching would remain theoretical, not transformational.
咁如果冇奉獻者或者冇我哋Iskcon 嚟講咧，做一個榜樣嚟講咧，咁向全世界係講係傳教俾呢個榜樣睇嚟講咧，變咗只係一個理論喺度嚟講咧，唔能夠係將啲人轉化過嚟喺度。
It's a very, in one sense, subtle point, but very fundamental point.
咁睇上嚟或者比較係啲精微啲嘅，但係亦都係呢個最基本嘅一個要點嚟嘅。
What is the purpose of having our different temples?
咁究竟我哋點解有咁多個中心、咁多個廟嚟講嘅目的係為咗乜嘢咧？
Especially, what is the purpose of having our temples largely in big cities like here in Hong Kong?
咁就好似譬如我哋響有啲大嘅城市嚟講，有我哋嘅中心就好似譬如香港咯。
It's primarily meant for two purposes.
咁其實基本上我哋有兩個要點。
One, to train devotees, to introduce devotees and train them in basics of Krishna consciousness.
咁嚟講會係吸引奉獻者喺度啦，訓練佢哋嚟講係最基本係 Krishna 之方面嘅知識。
So that they can remain in the cities for taking up wholeheartedly and fully preaching activities.
咁變咗佢哋可以係全心全意嚟講咧，係接受呢方面嘅一個使命喺度啦，向呢個社會嚟講係傳遞呢方面嘅信息。
That's the first purpose.
呢個第一個目的。
The second purpose, which is also of equal importance.
咁第二點嚟講咧，亦都係同樣重要。
Those who will not or cannot, for whatever reason, be engaged in frontline preaching.
咁有啲人嚟講咧，或者唔可以係從事向呢個傳教一個前線嘅人咧。
they will be encouraged. They should be encouraged to be part of rural communities.
咁佢點解被鼓勵佢哋嚟講咧，成為我哋一個成員部分嘅成員咧？呢個協會嘅部分嘅成員。
Where one can more easily, directly reconnect with basic values of our Vedic culture.
咁佢哋可以變咗有一個間接一個聯繫喺度咧，係認識到呢個偉特文化呢個嘅價值係點樣喺度。
Yes. When we understand that Vedic culture is primarily, and this is very important, is primarily an agrarian-based culture.
因為我哋要認識到呢個文化嚟講，其實最主要最基本嘅一個文化嚟講，我哋要做到。
Agrarian-based culture means village-based culture, cow-based culture, land-based culture.
咁呢個基本嘅文化嚟講，提及到嚟講咧，譬如係土地嗰個重要同埋保護呢個母牛嘅一個重要。
Because actually it is within a village setting that one can actually understand and fulfill what is called the principles of Vedic economy.
因為當一個人嚟講係以呢咁嘅架構成立咗呢個鄉村或者以母牛嚟講咧，呢個係一個偉特文化一個最開始嘅基礎嚟嘅。
Vedic economy is basically intimately connected with cows and land.
咁我哋會好緊密咁聯繫喺度啦，譬如土地嘅點樣運用同埋保護牛嘅重要喺度。
This a whole subject matter we can possibly touch on a bit later.
咁或者晏些少嚟講，我哋會再提多啲喺呢方面嘅嘢。
Just a question.
Yes.
To interrupt for clarification. For the second point, you mentioned the reason why we have to have different centers in big cities. The second point, I can't catch it clearly.
Okay.
So is it because I just try to understand? Is
Okay.
it because for those who cannot actually engage full time in frontline preaching?
Yes.
They still have a chance to engage in rural, countryside.
So what I'm saying is that
Sorry.
our city temples are to attract people to
Yes.
Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
That we understand.
咁佢話講到，譬如我哋城市入邊嘅一個廟，你首先嚟講係要吸引啲人嚟啦。
And to really commit their lives to Krishna consciousness.
咁點樣係做一個協議喺度呢個過呢個 Krishna 超過生活咧？
So that we mentioned that there are two ways of doing that. The first one is to be living in a temple, connected with the temple, and being fully engaged in frontline preaching in the city.
咁我講到有兩個方面喺度。第一方面嚟講就係直接住喺廟嗰度啦，受嗰個訓練咧、培訓喺度，成為一個前線一個全職嘅傳教奉獻者。
Most devotees will not be able to do that.
咁大多數奉獻者嚟講，未能夠做到。
I think we understand.
我可以明白喺度。
So therefore, the second purpose is to train such devotees to know, to understand, and prepare them to live the Vedic way of life. The Vedic way of life is agrarian-based life, is village life.
咁第二點嚟講就係要培養我哋嚟講係有呢方面知識，然後跟住過一個生活，呢個偉大嘅生活嚟講，偉大生活嚟講就係個農村方面嘅生活。
It is the Vrindavan life.
佢就係我哋Vrindavan溫特文娜嘅生活。
Vrindavan it's an important point actually. Vrindavan is not only attractive to devotees because of all the wonderful pastimes of Krishna and the relationships he establishes with his devotees.
咁Vrindavan嘅生活嚟講唔單止話淨係我哋去到嚟講係吸引奉獻者嚟講，因為有 Krishna 嘅消時光度，所以我哋去到Vrindavan嗰度。
But Vrindavan is so important because it exemplifies, it shows us how the Vedic sciences are meant to be lived. The science of economy and the science of education.
咁佢又展示俾我一個榜樣嗰度啊，點樣嘅生活，譬如係一個教育方面喺度啊，或者係經濟方面嚟講係點樣能夠係過啲咁嘅生活咧？
Yeah, these Vedic sciences are actually unknown in modern day society.
咁現今嘅社會嚟講咧，呢啲咁嘅知識嚟講係冇多人知道。
And surprisingly or amazingly enough, these Vedic sciences are largely unknown to our own devotees.
咁但係對我哋自己奉獻者嚟講，我哋好多都未必係會認識得到或者知道，好奇怪。
Vedic economy is very scientific. It is the most scientific and the most sustainable.
咁偉達嘅一個對經濟嘅一個觀點嗰陣時嚟講咧，係好科學化喺度啦，同埋都係可以係維持好耐嘅。
And it is based on from Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 44, I believe, Krishi Korakshavanijam Vaishak Karma Swabhavajam, Krishi agriculture and cow protection.
咁喺國家梵歌第18章就嚟講個獅子就講到嚟講，就係基於咩嘢度咧？生活哋基於嚟講就係一個農業嘅個生產嘅生活啦，同埋呢個牛嘅保護。
Means modern day urbanization is a deviation from Vedic culture.
咁嘅意思嚟講，現今嘅一個生活呢個城市化嚟講咧，其實係違反對呢個偉大嘅生活嚟講一個違反咗嘅。
Modern day civilization is based on industrialization, mechanization, and more consumerism.
咁喺現今社會生活嚟講，就係講到譬如點樣將城市變成呢個機械人化或者工業化喺度啊，或者點樣去教啲人點樣或者去消費喺度嚟講，變成係咁樣。
Where we compromise in so many ways, we forget what the goal of life is.
而我哋係做呢個妥協嚟講，而令到我哋係忘記咗人哋嘅生命嘅目標係乜嘢。
Yeah. Let's carry on. Is that okay for now? Yeah, right. Yeah. Number 4, because Varnashrama is required to revive real Vedic civilization. And Prabhupada explained that Varnashrama is created by Krishna himself.
因為呢個制度嚟講，四社會聖靈嘅制度嚟講，係需要係重新去喚醒喺度啦。因為呢個先係真正嘅一個偉大文化喺度。咁聖Prabhupada嚟講嘅解釋喺度，呢個制度嚟講由 Krishna 本人而係創立嘅建立。
And it is both materially and spiritually scientific as well as progressive.
咁兩方面嚟講，無論物質方面喺靈性方面嚟講咧，係科學化喺度嘅，係亦都係會係有得到係咁進展落去。
It allows gradual elevation from lower modes to higher modes and eventually to above the modes of nature to pure bhakti.
佢允許人嚟講咧，係慢慢咁樣提升自己咧，由最低嘅形態嘅屬性啊，對到最高嘅屬性喺度，而最終嚟講咧，係變咗個純粹嘅奉愛。
And without it, society remains chaotic, artificial, and disconnected from Krishna's natural order.
冇咗呢個制度嚟講，呢個社會嚟變得嚟講係混亂喺度啦，係造作喺度啦，而係同 Krishna 原本嘅一個命令嚟講咧，個指令嚟講咧係違背咗，係冇連接得上。
And number 5, because Iskcon leaders have a responsibility to implement it and not postpone it.
因為Iskcon 嘅一個領導者嚟講，有責任嚟講，將佢實施出嚟講，而係咪將係延期落嚟唔做喺度，延遲落唔做。
Prabhupada stressed that immediately Varnashram colleges should be established.
聖波係強調啊，立即喺度呢個制度嚟講嘅學校學院嚟講，一定要建立喺度啦。
That models of self-sufficient communities must be created.
呢個模樣，呢個榜樣嗰度，呢個模式啊，一定要係建立上嚟啦。
And that Iskcon must take the lead.
而 Iskcon 嚟講本身要一個領導者，一個榜樣，做一個榜樣啦。
And he warned that waiting for society to collapse before acting was not at all ideal or acceptable.
佢嘅警告嚟講咧，唔好等到呢個社會嚟講係呢個毀滅之後嚟講咧，先會係做嚟講接受唔到喺度嘅。
Yes. And here are some quotes from Srila Prabhupada.
咁呢有一啲嘅説話咧，由Prabhupada啲書信嗰度係引用出嚟嘅。
Or from Shastra actually.
或者其實就係從經典。
This is of course well known by everyone. 413 Bhagavad Gita.
咁呢個係博家梵歌第4章第3節喺度咯。
Chanting will go on. chanting will not stop, but at the same time, Varnashrama Dharma must be established to make the way easy.
咁唱頌嚟講，我係繼續喺度咧。而呢個制度嚟講，亦都係一定要建立上嚟喺度嘅。繼續唱頌，唔好將佢停喺度。而我哋同樣嘅時間嚟講咧，呢個制度嚟講，亦都係要建立喺度啦。繼續落去咯。
Without Varnashrama, society becomes animalistic. Varnashrama is meant for spiritual advancement, and if there is no Varnashrama, then it is a society of animals.
冇咗呢個四社會傳教制度嚟講，呢個社會嚟講變咗一個動物嘅社會喺度。呢個制度嚟講就係為咗呢個靈性方面嘅進步上去咯。如果冇呢個制度嚟講，呢個社會嚟講即係個動物嘅社會喺度。呢個係泡泡嘅對話啦，喺 Vrindavan 嘅1974年3月。
And from another conversation in Mayapur, if you want to make the whole human society perfect, then Varnashrama Dharma must be introduced.
咁呢個制度嚟講，都係要係介紹到整個嘅社會喺度啦。咁如果你想你個整個人嘅社會變得完美嚟講咧，咁呢一定要係將呢個制度嚟講係推介出嚟喺度。呢個泡泡俾阿婆嗰個講話喺度啦，對話喺度咧，喺77年嘅2月14。
And that there is no alternative unless Varnashrama is introduced, nothing will function.
咁冇呢個，除咗呢個變得呢個制度變得相當，冇咗呢個制度嚟講，其他嘅制度嚟講都唔可以係成功喺度嘅。
And just a few more here.
咁有多幾點啦。
Go to the village and organize life there. This is the simplest life.
去到鄉村嗰度啦，係組織過啲咁嘅生活喺度咧，呢個最簡單嘅生活。
And there will be no city. We don't want cities.
咁包括嚟講，我哋話唔想要城市喺度啦，我哋係唔需要城市。
Make Vrindavan like this. City life is abominable.
咁將Vrindavan嘅一個生活嚟講，變成我哋嘅生活係就係咁樣嗰度啦。城市生活嚟講係好厭惡。
Isn't city life abominable?
你哋覺唔覺得呢個市區城市嘅生活嚟講係討厭好厭惡
our only business, our only reason to be in the cities is to try and is preach.
我哋所以喺城市生活嚟講就係目的為咗咩？為咗傳教。
So therefore, cities are meant to be our preaching basis, whereas country or village is meant to be our living basis.
咁所以城市嚟講，即係一個傳教嗰個目的喺度啦。而城市嘅呢個鄉村嘅生活嚟講，先係我哋要過嗰個靈性嘅生活。
It is in the country, it is in the village where we should want to raise our children.
咁所以我哋喺呢個鄉村嚟講咧，係帶領我哋嘅小朋友，養我哋嘅小朋友。
First of all, Varna and Ashrama, Varnashrama is meant for spiritual advancement.
咁首先嚟講咧，呢個社會進階同埋靈性進階嚟講咧，都係為咗靈性方面嘅靈修嘅進步。
I wanted to introduce this Varnashrama Dharma.
我想係推介呢個係四社會靈進階嘅制度。
Yes, and Varnashrama is so essential. This is Prabhupada's statement actually 2 weeks before leaving his body in Vrindavan. It's recorded. Varnashrama is so important to at least bring people from the lower modes at least to the mode of goodness.
咁呢段説話嚟講係泡泡臨嚟個身體之前幾日係講到。咁呢個 Varnashrama Dharma 嚟講幾咁之係重要喺人哋社會嚟講，因為佢係將人哋講係生活喺呢個善良形態喺度，而係因為喺情慾形態同埋愚昧形態嚟講係十分之危險嘅。
Yes. And then in big scale you cannot make everyone Brahmana or Sannyasi. Therefore, Varnashrama Dharma must be introduced.
因為我哋唔可以喺大規模令到每一個人都變成呢個婆羅門或者呢個度牒僧道，所以呢個制度 Varnashrama Dharma 嚟講咧，一定要係推介出去。
This town life, industrial life, factory life is asuric life. It is killing civilization. 呢啲城市嘅生活工業嘅生活喺度，或者工廠嘅生活嚟講，就好似惡魔嘅生活喺度，佢將呢個謀殺呢個摧毀呢個文化。 And the last one, very powerful. The conception of 4 castes and 4 orders of life as planned by the Lord himself is to accelerate transcendental qualities of the individual person.
咁呢個最後一點嚟講嘅更加好重要喺度。咁 根據呢個概念，呢、個四社會階層嘅誠信界嚟講係由主嚟講係計劃將創造出嚟嗰度，為咗嚟解加出嚟呢個人，即係每一個人嚟講咧，提升呢個靈性嗰個品質嗰度。
Yes. These are some reference books. The first one, I'll be mentioning that later on in all the seminars actually. Speaking about Varnashrama contains all of the important quotes given by Srila Prabhupada.
咁呢度係唔同嘅書籍係講呢個 Varnashrama Dharma。咁第一本書嚟講就係唔同嘅泡泡嘅引言。
And then there is Gita Nagari essay that Prabhupada wrote, 1956.
咁第二個嚟講就係1996年寫嘅。
And other books are there.
咁其他嘅書籍咯。
So some of these books are actually available or hiding in this little card.
咁喺呢本即係卡片入邊嗰度咧，好多啲書籍嚟講，你可以揾得到。
It's difficult for me to carry all these books with me, so I hide them in my card.
因為好重嗰度，如果我攞咁多呢啲書喺度，所以我將佢全部擺晒落呢本書嗰度，收埋喺呢個張卡入邊嗰度。
So anyone who has a cell phone, you can benefit your cell phone by getting the link that will give you access to these books. 咁
入邊有個連接，呢個卡入邊有個連接喺度啦。咁大家用手機喺度，係接上個連接喺度咧，就可以揾到呢個書籍。
Our small gifts to the devotees in Hong Kong.
咁呢個係少少嘅禮物喺度啦，俾奉獻者。
We have 30 seconds for questions.
我哋有30秒喺度係問問題喺度。
Yes, yes. If you have NFC activated, you just touch it on your cell phone, and you will get it. It will download.
Okay, I'll ask.
Otherwise, yeah, Jaidev is there to help you. Otherwise, you can just scan it.
Okay, wow.
This is our first seminar.
咁呢個我哋第一部分嘅一個。
Yes.
For this village life, I find it very good, but it has so many challenges as well.
Of course.
你講到呢個農村嘅生活嚟講，
Yes.
我覺得係好好，但係亦都有好多挑戰喺度。
Because you have not been properly trained
因為你係冇好好受過訓練，
or educated
或者係喺呢方面嘅教導，或者係準
So,
備。
yeah, we are physically, psychologically, mentally unprepared.
即係喺我哋係無論內心生理或心理方面嚟講，我哋咪要好好咁準備。
But what is better, to prepare ourselves for an artificial, hellish condition of life in the cities, or to prepare ourselves for what is more natural and according to our nature?
或者我哋係準備我哋而家喺呢個城市過啲咁嘅生活，
What is
或者我
better, to
哋
do things that are artificial or to do things that are natural?
或者係我哋係過我哋唔情願嘅呢個生活喺呢個城市嗰度，或者係過一個我哋本性生活。
But two things I wanted to understand how city life is asuri, and the second thing is that
You don't understand how city life is asuric.
if you are connected with the temple, then I don't find so much.
It's not that bad after all.
Unless until you are connected with the temple, you are having devotees association, and then I feel it's good. And the second thing is that about the healthcare system. If we go, we are completely isolated with this civilization, current civilization. Then I don't find any solution for the healthcare system in the village side.
My God. You have a few things to learn. When you are in village, when you are in nature that has not been overly polluted, you can breathe fresh air, you can eat food that is natural. Tell me where the food you eat every day comes from. Do you know? So everything in city life, beginning with the food that we eat, is contaminating. It is making it extremely difficult to practice our Krishna consciousness in many ways. It is affecting us physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually. And why otherwise would Prabhupada give us, why does Shastra tell us what Prabhupada is also telling us, that this is unnatural? And therefore modern day society, Prabhupada mentioned, is a doomed civilization, doomed society.
OK，阿陳水。
Sorry,
sorry，
we lost our translator.
咁Vishal 會講到佢話，即係其實你講個城市生活嚟講好按摩性唔係咁好㗎。我覺得主要你同城市聯絡有同 temple 聯絡嚟講，我唔得咩一回事啦，幾好喺度啊咁。跟住又提到第二點嚟講，覺得好似話你講到係身體健康方面一個照顧健康度，但係當你過農村嘅生活嚟講，好似同呢方面嚟講，好似有少少脫節，唔係點做到。咁我就問到一個問題就係話你，如果你過呢個你如果講呢個大自然嘅生活嚟講，呼吸啲大自然嘅空氣，食啲好純粹純正嘅食物嚟講咧，你自然你會健康好喺度。咁而家我哋所食嘅食物嚟講咧，邊度已經受到污染喺度。咁受污染嘅食物嚟講，好自然嚟講，對我哋靈修啊、到物質啊方面嚟講都唔係咁好，會影響你個健康喺度。當我哋如果能夠過翻啲咁嘅順其自然呢個大自然嘅生活嚟講咧，咁呢方面嘅都能夠解決得到。
And that's why Srila Prabhupada 52 years ago in 1974, he requested that wherever we have a temple or a project, that we should immediately establish Varnashram college.
所以喺52年前，包括70幾歲時講到話，當我哋74年嗰陣時，咁包括提到嚟講就係話，當我哋如果係有我哋嘅廟宇或者個宗教成為嚟講，馬上要實施將呢個4社會性進階嚟講，要係實施出嚟。
To train, to educate, prepare, and help our devotees understand what is the Vedic culture.
因為我哋受訓喺度啦，同埋準備好到嚟講，幫其他人嚟講係介紹認識呢個係制度呢個知識嘅。
It's a big topic, and it takes some time for certain things to sink in, so to speak. So
呢個好大嘅題目喺度啦，需要時間我哋要吸收同埋去慢慢消化喺度。
Just a quick question. It may be a long answer, but anyway, just a quick question. Vrindavan, your topic is making Vrindavan village, but we all know Vrindavan is not village anymore. It's now become so.
Yeah, because of modernization.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't find village.
Yeah.
So Vrindavan you're talking about is the original.
Of course.
There's no peace in Vrindavan right now, actually.
No, I understand fully. That's the most unfortunate situation in which we find ourselves. That original Vrindavan has become totally destroyed in so many ways because of urbanization, modernization, and
very difficult.
Yes. But that is our goal. It's not even 50 years ago in India. So many villages were similar to that original Vrindavan. Yeah.
咁媽就問到佢就話：你講到話便打份嘅生活喺度，咁但係而家好似便打份已經好城市化喺度，已經同以前唔同。咁媽就講到佢話係啊，但係啲人其實好向往，係好向往以前個好似比講50年前嚟講咧，啲人都好向往以前嘅個便打份嘅個以前嗰啲嘅城市嘅農村嘅生活喺度。
Jai, okay. One last comment or question? Yes.
Life in Vrindavan village, will there be any no high buildings?
No.
And then without the modern hygienic facilities like the toilet seat or like that, is it not exist in that Vrindavan village?
You mean what it will be like?
I mean for the hygienic facilities.
Facilities.
Like a toilet seat.
I mean, obviously, there's some transition, and then we have to adjust according to our. We're not going to just go from black to white or white to black, but the idea is that that type of life is most ideal to meet all of our different needs and facilities, and it will be done, it should be done, needs to be done kind of gradually, like that. Yeah.
咁媽子講到譬如你講到便打份生活嚟講，譬如有冇咩高樓大廈或者啲衞生嘅設施喺度，咁媽子講話呢個你唔需要擔心，因為我哋根據我哋嘅情況嚟講啦，會慢慢咁樣會係調節喺度調整喺度嘅呢啲咁嘅嘢。
Yes, Prabhupada used to say, maybe slowly but surely. Our process is slow process, but it's sure process.
佢即係講或者會慢喺度啦，但係肯定係會做喺度，或者係會發生。
Jai Grantaraj Swami Bhagavatam ki.
Yeah.
Jai Sri Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.
And a special thanks to our translator today. We made him work very hard. Hare Krishna. Who goes to our translator?